Do you take references?
Say again?
Do you take references?
Yes, I do. Yes, yes. But I typically have someone that does that for me, just to verify. The data is the best thing that you can do. If you can collect the data and you know that it's official data, you've got the reference that you need typically. But in terms of doing the reference of the character and why they left, yeah, definitely I do recommend that as well. I know that was more like what I look for in a salesperson as opposed to the recruiting process, because the recruiting process can be quite long. We do mock calls. I'll listen to their call reviews. I'll look at their data. I will also actually, this is actually really good that you brought this up. How many people do have a recruitment process that's very like you do? Okay, so nobody else? Yeah, okay, you, okay, cool. This is our industry, again, very, very immature cowboy, okay? Now, if you look at old school organizations in the 80s and the 90s, and I've spoken to many salespeople from that era, these guys are high level. They do not open the door for anyone, okay? They do not, that's supposed to be a door, okay? They do not open the door for everyone. They're so stringent. And this was such a big revelation to me, because I came from the churn and burn kind of salespeople approach. The old school organizations, they would run tests on these guys. And it was like you had to score a certain mark. So as a result of this, I did develop an internal test for our people and who we recruit. And as a result of it, we recruit very much less people. We do group interviews to begin with. And this test for us is based on business acumen, right? So I won't touch on this for too long, but I would say have a standard, right? If it's a sales IQ test, if it's a business IQ test, if it's a fitness IQ test, whatever it might be, you should have some sort of barrier of entry in which there's points involved or markers involved to let you know, hey, this, and by the way, every time we've done this, we found a good person. When we didn't do this, we didn't find good people. But once we started building that friction, okay, we would have a 3-part test. They would have to look at all the data and metrics of a marketing and sales dashboard and have to tell us what the problem is, right? Now we do that, it's so intense, right? Everyone's giving me you would get people that you thought, oh, this guy's been in the industry for time. The answer's right in his face, doesn't even know what it is, right? So we would put 3 tests in front of people. Hey, what does this mean? We call it, again, Ravi spoke about the theory of constraints. What's the constraint and what is the solution? We would do this with 3 businesses, okay? And the answer is it's clear as daylight to us, and the solutions are multifaceted. And you really get to understand the mind of a person and how they operate and all that stuff. So figure out what yours is. I would say highly recommend it. Again, if you're going to bring on someone that's going to bring in an extra 2 million, that time that you take to ramp them up costs you money, costs you headache, costs you emotions. Don't do it. Don't do it. Be careful. Okay? Be careful and be stringent and have your standards.